Kicking off now for the Lee Rebels will be number 27, Terry Baxter. He does the duties for the Rebels. Back to receive for Permian will be number 18, Woody Bryant. Also back will be number 44, Brian Lauterbach, and believe me, we are close to playing.
Oh, as you could tell, that crowd is at a fever pitch, as you could see on our little warm-up there before the game. Surprisingly enough, the Permian side isn't quite as packed as we thought it was. Must be a lot of folks back home checking this game out tonight.
Well, we appreciate you for joining with us and hope you stay along. You're in for a heck of a ball game, let me tell you what. Let me make a change on the kicking. I see Dexter Traylor will be doing the kicking there for the Lee Rebels. And, folks, we are about to get underway. Traylor approaches the ball. We're off, folks. That ball is going to go into the end zone. It's out of the end zone. That will be a touchback. We'll start on the 20-yard line.
And already some extracurricular activity down on the field. You know, this is going to be an intimidation plus ball game here tonight. It'll be interesting to see who gets the best of the hitting here tonight, Jay.
All right, we'll line up the offense now for the Permian Panthers. Jason Harrington, of course, will be doing the quarterbacking. Marcus Lott and Woody Bryant will be in the tailback slot and the fullback slot. Flanker will be Brian Lauterbach. The split end will be Greg Anderson. Here we come up for our first play of the game now for Permian. Jason Harrington brings him up. They're in a split backfield. There's a snap. Handoff goes up the middle. That's Woody Bryant. Check that. That's Marcus Lott still on his feet, and he's finally down at the 33-yard line. Good play there by Permian.
Excellent play. There was an inside trap, gain of 13 on that play. Midland Lee comes out in a 5-3 or a 4-3 setup. And here comes a look at that replay coming up. Do we have it?
We'll wait on that one and see. But here's the replay right there. Right up the middle, straight dive. Beautiful play, and he gets 13 yards on it. Let's come back to action now. Harrington brings him up to snap. Here we go now, and long count. There's a handoff. Handoff goes up the middle. That, again, is Marcus Lott. He's stacked up there by the front line of the Middle Lee Rebels, though. After a gain of, maybe 4 yards, we'll call it second down now at the 37-yard line.
There's a look at the Panther offensive line. At tight end, Nolan Watson, number 85, tackle Greg DeMarco, guard Kevin Wilson and Roy Witten. And the center, I should say, Roy Witten, guard Scott Russell, and Mike Yandrich is the tackle, number 70.
All right, there you see him coming back up. Permian dressed in the white shirts with the black pants, and, of course, Lee in their maroon and gray slacks. Harrington again up behind center. Split backfield with Marcus Lott and Woody Bryant. Hand off this time to Woody Bryant. He goes around left side, still on his feet, gets a good block, still up, still down, and he does get just enough, I think, Rob, for the first down as they finally take him out at about the 44-yard line.
And it was an excellent play there. A tackle made on the play by Roland Pertile. He was blocked initially out there on the end, but he fought off the block excellently and made the tackle. That was a pickup of 11. So again, the Panthers are driving. 1st and 10, pickup 11 on there. And there's a look at the Permian offensive backs. Greg Anderson, Brian Lauterbach, Marcus Lott, Woody Bryant, and Jason Harrington, as Jay mentioned.
All right, Panthers back up to the lineup. Now Harrington again. Here's a handoff up the middle. Marcus Lott still on his feet. Great ball carrier there. He carries it up to about the 49-yard line. Had some excellent blocks up the middle. I would imagine, Rob, we'll probably see Marcus Lott going up the middle quite a bit. He is an excellent up-the-middle runner.
Yes, he is, and they like to use that power game as much as they can. And some excellent offensive line work there by the Panthers. They're firing off the ball excellently, and as you see, they're picking up yards after yards.
Looks like a 7-yard gain. We'll call it second down now and 4. Harrington up again to the snap. He's going, handoff up again. There's Marcus Lott again. We'll see quite a bit of him, and I think he just did get enough, Rob, for the first down. Had an excellent blocking there. The offensive line is doing an excellent job for Permian. We'll wait and see, according to the sticks, see if we do have a first down.
And again, that was another counter-type play for the Panthers. They run a lot of misdirection and counters. The tackle made there by Tony Brown of the Rebels.
Okay, we are just short, Rob, there of the first down. Take a look at the defensive line there, yeah.
Mark Breeding, Ronald Pirtle, Shad Griffin, and Brad Cooper up front.
We'll outline the others for you. Permian back up to the snap again. Harrington this time hands off up the middle. That's Woody Bryant. He stacked it, though, for maybe 1 yard. He may have just got enough to get across. We'll wait and see. He did get it first down there. Excellent play. Just give it to him, and he dishes off the middle. And correction on it, that is Marcus Lott who carried it. And Marcus Lott showing he can run quite well.
Not a good sign. Not a good sign early. The defensive backs are having to come up to make the stop defensively on that play. Anthony Pertile, the left side cornerback, had to make the stop. There's a look at the linebackers: Tony Brown, Jay Roach, and Mr. Roderick, number 66.
Okay, Harrington up again. There are 3 first downs for Permian now in the ball game. Harrington this time gives it out to Woody Bryant. He goes right side. He gets a good block down. Oh, he fumbles the ball. It's recovered by the Lee Rebels. Recovered down on the 44-yard line. He got hit and just lost the ball. Recovered down there, and it's recovered by Ronald Pertile. Permian had to play going. Correction on that. Woody Bryant got the carry. He came around the right side and was stacked up. Seemed like he hit his own person down there, Rob, and he dropped the ball, and Lee recovers it.
And we'll have a replay of that coming up. Here's a look at it. Woody Bryant outside. Has a good carry on the play, and there's the good stick. Excellent hit out there by Ronnie Pertile. Forces the fumble. Rebels recover. First and 10 for Midland. Our first turnover of the game in such an evenly matched game, Jay. Turnovers, field position going to be the key.
Here's our first look at Lee now. In quarterback is Rodney Johnson. They're in the wing formation there. Wishbone formation, correct that. Up the middle goes the carrier. He is stacked up, though, after a gain of maybe 2 yards if we're lucky on that one. Jerry LeClaire was there, and he made an excellent stop on the ball carrier.
Rodney Sims on the carry.
Rodney Sims was the carry on that. Take a look at the offensive line for Lee. Anthony Dickens, Mike Little, Jake Young at the guard spot, Wade Weezapoppy is the center, Ricky Lee, and Paul Sherrick is the other tackle.
And that's an experienced front line. 4 out of 5 of those returning from a year ago.
Here's a handoff, goes up the middle. Excellent block. He's still on his feet. He's finally taken down at about the 49. He got behind some good blocks, a big opening across the middle there, and was definitely able to carry that. Kirk Thurman on the carry there. Excellent carry for the Lee Rebels.
And there's a lot of options that they have. That's why they call it the triple option. A lot of different plays that they can run. They can go inside, they can go around the end, or pitch it outside. And that's essentially the makeup of the triple option. That was a gain of 6 on that carry, and that'll bring up 3rd and, let's say, about 3, Jay.
Troy Baker was the tackler there. You see the front line, or rather the offensive backs there. Dexter Traylor, the split end, Rodney Sims, Kirk Thurman, Tommy Wood. You will see them out of the wishbone of the backfield. Tui Rankin is listed as quarterback. It is Rodney Johnson. Rodney, by the way, in case you are aware, we named him a Superstar of the Week this week, so definitely a good award and a good guy to see out there playing. He is just a junior at 165 pounds, and he had quite a game last week. I'm sure Coach Terry would like to see another one from him.
Definitely, and we do have a timeout on the field right now. The referees are checking over our first injury of the night, and it looks to be, I can't quite make out that number, it's number 38, Terry Young. Check that. Danny Servance.
That's a tough injury for Danny Servance. Definitely, we hope that it is nothing serious for the Permian Panthers. Danny Servance, by the way, a note you might want to know, he was not a starter on the junior varsity team, so definitely a good player there. Here's the front line, or defensive line there for Permian. Troy Baker, Alvarado there at the tackle, Luis Salcido at the other tackle, Jerry LeClaire is on the other end there. There you see the Permian. Back up to snap now come the Lee Rebels. Again, Rodney Johnson is the quarterback. Up the middle goes the call, and that is Tommy Wood, and Tommy Wood is stacked up. I think he just did get enough for the first down as he comes down at the 46-yard line, right?
And in on the tackle, Darren Allman, number 27, came up and made the stop. Again, a lot of play by the defensive backfield on both sides, making the tackles, which means that both offensive line essentially neutralizing each other early, and the linebackers and defensive backs are coming up to make the stops.
Okay, there's a handoff up the middle, a stacked up line. He gets maybe 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry. Kirk Thurman there, but he is stacked up. Permian's line is actually playing an excellent ball game. You saw the linebackers for Permian a minute ago, and Danny Servance just went down. We hope it's not serious. We will try and get an update from you. We'll check in with Jeff here in a little bit and see what we can find out as far as the injury situation to Danny Servance. And Ken Harrison was also there on the tackle, number 34.
Yes, they have some outstanding linebackers. It'll be interesting to see how long Danny Servance is out of the ball game, because as I mentioned earlier, he's been all over the field early on so far for the Permian Panthers. He's a key to that ball game, for that defensive unit. Looks like we have a timeout on the field.
Okay, we're going to take a break up here in the booth. We will come back with more action live from Midland Memorial Stadium. We have no score in the ball game.
If you're looking for an elegant atmosphere, an evening to remember, a simply fabulous meal prepared before your eyes by a master chef to delight and entertain you, Shogun Japanese Steakhouse. Service fit for a king or queen. Shogun's is the place for you for private and company functions, birthday, holiday, wedding parties. Check your local newspaper for daily specials. We'll make your occasion a memorable one. Shogun, 2 convenient locations in the town of Pillow Park, Midland, and Santa Fe Square, Odessa.
When your car needs service, the last thing you want is a bunch of runaround. Well, that's exactly what my job is, to run you around the block so you can show me exactly what's wrong with your car. That way I can tell him exactly what to fix. That saves you a lot of inconvenience and a lot of money. It also saves us a lot of unhappy customers. Maybe that's why Joe White's been the largest Lincoln Mercury dealer in West Texas for 23 years.
We are back live from Midland Memorial Stadium, and I'm Jay Hendricks alongside me, Rob Quirk, tonight. 7:43 the time in the ball game. No score yet, Rob. We've seen an excellent ball game. Both teams have exchanged the ball quite evenly. Lee is coming up to snap now. Again, let us tell you, Rodney Johnson is the quarterback. Here's the handoff up the middle and stacked up for, well, he moved forward. He did get a second effort there and got up to maybe the, the 36-yard line.
And that was Tommy Wood again. An excellent counter option inside there by the Midland Lee Rebels. That's tough to say real fast. He picked up about 4 or 5 on that. Excellent fake inside and good read again by Randy Johnson. Tackled by number 21. Again, the defensive backs making the tackles, Blake Batty.
All right, back up to the snap is the Lee Rebels. There's the handoff. It's the option play. It's kept by Rodney Johnson, still on his feet. Goes around in and still stays up. He got enough for a first down without any question. He takes it on out to about the 30-yard line. And we'll look at a 1st and 10 for the Lee Rebels.
Okay, we need to go down to Jeff Metters down on the field. Jeff, bring us up to date. What's happening down there?
Well, I talked to Trapper over there on the other side. He's the Permian trainer, and he said that Danny Cervantz has just strained a muscle in his hip and will be back in the ball game anytime. Back to you, Jay.
Appreciate it. We'll keep up to date on that and let us know how it goes and keep up down there. All right, we are back to play. Danny Cervantz not as bad, we hope, as first expected. Rodney Johnson brings him up. Here's the handoff. It goes to number 22. That's Rodney Sims, and he is stacked up there. Probably 1-yard gain, I would say, Rob.
Excellent force there by the whole front line by Permian. Again, they're trying a lot of counters, a lot of options, that sort of thing. Here's a look at the Permian secondary. Darren Allman, Billy Jones, Robert Williams, and Blake Batty, the defensive secondary. And again, they are having to make a lot of stops out there, however, in that particular play. 1-yard loss by the Rebels. Excellent force by the Permian defensive line.
We will see quite a bit of options from the Lee Rebels, as you will see all night. They come up to snap and just go. There's the snap. Handoff. It's kept. There's the pitch out, going out left side. Still on his feet, stacked up. And wait, we have a fumble on the field. Let's see who recovers it. It's the Permian Panthers ball. 1st and 10 for the Permian Panthers on the fumble. Take a look at the replay on it. Here we go. Here's the handoff. And first the option moving out. There is the pitch on the carry. Going around the right end there, still on his feet, and going to be stacked up there is Rodney Sims. Sims fumbles the ball, and down to make the recovery is number 82, Troy Baker, and Permian gets the ball right back. 2 turnovers right off the bat, Rob.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, turnovers in such an evenly matched game are going to be the key to this ball game, and just in the first 6 minutes of this ball game, we've seen 2 turnovers, but again, I have to reiterate, these are 2 hard-hitting ball clubs, and as you saw in that particular play, forcing a fumble with a good hit on the defensive side.
We are at 6:06 on the clock right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope you're enjoying the ball game because you are in for a good one tonight, let me tell you. 2 teams, both of them that, as we all know, are ranked quite well in the district and have played excellent. Lee has had a few tough breaks, but are definitely doing well. They are 4-1 right now in on the season, and 2-0 in district. Permian is 1-0-1, of course, the tie, 7-7 tie to Abilene. First down wise, Lee has 2, Permian has 3, so they're staying pretty close.
Yes, both teams defensively are ranked in the top 3 in 4-5A statistics. Permian, the number 1 ranked team, they are only giving up an average of 173 yards per ball game. Lee, on the other hand, giving up a paltry 219 yards. Here we go back to live action.
Back to action, and Jason Harrington, he was the quarterback. Split backfield, that's Marcus Lott. Also back there is Woody Bryant. Here's a snap. Handoff is Marcus Lott. He finds a hole, gets forward maybe about 2, maybe 3, Rob, and stacking them up there, that front line of the Midland Lee Rebels.
And again, Rodney Roderick on the stop there, and some help from his friends as well.
Rodney Roderick is a senior. He's 178 pounds, and he plays like he's bigger, I would say. He's all over the field, and I'm sure Coach Terrian is quite pleased with that.
Right, a 178-pound senior. Also in on that tackle, Ronald Pertile. We've called his name a couple times. He's all over the place as well.
All right, back up to the lineup. Greg Anderson is split over here to the right side. There's a handoff. That's Woody Bryant. Woody gets a hole and gets forward for about 3, maybe. He kind of surged across the line and left his feet for a little bit and did get a gain. We'll call it 3rd down and possibly 4 now.
Yeah, they say when you leave your feet, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them aren't good. But on that particular play, Woody Bryant lunged forward, left his feet, picked up about an extra 1.5 yards.
All right, you'll see a lot of exchanges for the Lee Rebels as well as the Permian Panthers as they shuttle a lot of players in and out. We'll try and keep you up to date on as many as we can. I see Greg Anderson leaving. Greg is still a little sore, I understand. They were doing treatment all the way till he got to the game, but he is out there and playing, so that's a good sign for the Panthers. Harrington brings him up to the snap. Here's the play. Pitch out this time. It is Woody Bryant again, and that front line comes over and just stops him on the outside. That's one thing that's going to happen. If those linebackers get up there and close that off, there's no way they're going to get outside, no way they're going to get any yardage.
Excellent penetration there by number 40, Anthony Pertile, on the right side. The 170-pound senior forced the action inside, and him along with a couple other players went on the tackle, and that'll bring up 4th and 5.
We'll call a loss of about 1 now, and again, it is 4th and 5. Back to punt for the Panthers, number 65, Steve Hill, excellent punter. Here's the snap. The southpaw gets it up in the air. Not a good kick. It rolls over and will bounce. It's at the 25. Picked up downfield, and he is out of bounds. Is Rodney Sims there. He is stacked up out of bounds and does not get much on that at all. Correction on that, Billy Jones was the one making the catch there, and he got probably 7 yards on that on the return.
The kicking game is going to be another interesting factor here. Up to now, the Rebels have not had a real good kicking game through their first 5 games of the regular season. Permian, on the other hand, has had an excellent punting and place kicking game thus far, and it'll be interesting to see if those two particular aspects of the game come into play later on.
38-yard punt, 7-yard return. Here we are, 1st and 10 now. Rodney Johnson with a handoff. He keeps it up the middle, gives it second man through. That's Kirk Thurman. He gets forward for maybe 2, maybe 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 8.
And again, the defensive secondary for Permian, number 34, Kenny Harrison, in on the stop. Again, both front lines, offensive, defensively, are neutralizing each other, and the defensive backfield and linebackers are having to make the stops.
All right, we are at 3:41. Clock is counting down to the ball game. Live coverage of the Midland Lee Permian game, of course, Midland Memorial Stadium. Here we are, 2nd down and 5 now. Rodney Johnson at the quarterback slot. He hands off up the middle. That is Tommy Wood, and he is stacked up there. It does not get much of anything at all. That front line came forward and just stacked him up and left him laying.
211-pound senior Jesse Spurvile, number 76, just threw off the offensive guard and just made the tackle there. Excellent play, and no gain really on that play, Jay.
Jesse Spruill is a senior. He's 211 pounds there and playing an excellent ball game tonight. And again, as we told you, we will see a lot of substitutions. We will keep you up to date. Tommy Wood, an excellent runner there. He carried that one. Here we are, 3rd down now. The handoff up the middle. That time it's Rodney Sims, and he gets forward for just enough for the first down. Looks like Rob from our point to the 42-yard line. We'll call it 1st and 10.
It looked like he had to make a second effort there. Excellent second effort, and luckily Troy Baker could hang on, number 82. Here's the replay of it.
Handoff up the middle, yeah.
Counter move inside. Here he gets hit initially, but then lunges forward for the 1st down yardage.
Gets some excellent blocks. Troy Baker had to come back around to make the stop on that one, so here we are now, 1st and 10. There's the handoff, and just as he hands off, he's stacked, but that's Tommy Wood there, and he gets forward for about 9 just as it was handed off. Rodney Johnson was hit. It looked like if he hadn't got rid of it, he would have been sacked.
Exactly, but that's the whole thing. They have different options. That's another counter option there. Fake inside, and Danny Cervantz, who is back in the ball game now, in on the tackle. If he wouldn't have grabbed him, he may have gone for a lot more yardage.
Okay, we're coming up for a measurement here, and we'll see if we've got a 1st down. It looks kind of close from our advantage. Looks like it might be, and it's just short, just a hair short. So we're looking now at 2nd down, but excellent play for a 1st down to get 9 yards like that.
It'll be interesting to see how they attack this play. 2nd and short yardage, they might take a chance, go up top. As I mentioned in our pregame show, they don't like to throw a lot. They've only thrown 32 times on the season, but ideally this is a good situation to throw the ball. Thinking the short yardage run, we'll have to see if they like the run pass, which is part of that option offense.
Lee on the 3rd down conversion is 3 of 3. Here's the handoff. Rolling out, looking to throw is Johnson. Johnson looks upfield. He's throwing for Dexter Traylor. Traylor just can't hang on to that. Excellent pass by Rodney Johnson, showing that he can throw it when he needs to. And Traylor was down to make the catch, but just excellent coverage.
Here's a look at your replay. Johnson rolling right. As I said, they like that run-type pass. Looking for Traylor, who's an excellent receiver up till now. And just enough interference out there by number 27, Darren Allman, to break up the pass or at least get a hand in the face. And the pass goes incomplete. 8 receptions on the season for Traylor, ranked number 2 in the district.
3rd down now, and here's Johnson again, and he gets forward. Looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. He kept it on that one, showing that he can run with the ball. Going left side on the option. Kept in. It looks like a 1st down, and Permian will have, or Lee rather, will have new life. We're at 2:12 on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
And again, Danny Cervantz making his presence known despite that early injury. He was in on the tackle, and he is a key man to have in there. 1st and 10 for the Midland Lee Rebels.
All right, Johnson brings his troops up now. 1st and 10, as Rob said. Here's the handoff. It goes to Kirk Thurman. Thurman is a crosser. Check that. That's Tommy Wood, and Wood is stacked up after a gain of about 3 there. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
Troy Baker again in on the stop, along with Jerry LeClaire. Not much yardage, but about 3 there. But as we mentioned in our pregame show, the Rebels need to establish that ground game early, and they're doing just that. Excellent play up front by the Midland Lee Rebels. That experienced offensive line is showing its stuff early.
We hope you're enjoying the game. We have an excellent halftime for you. That'll be coming up, though. Here's the handoff up the middle. That's Tommy Wood. He gets forward. He gets some second effort, but he's stacked up there by the Panthers after a gain of about 3. We'll call it 3rd down and 4 now.
Patrick Wilson, number 35, in on the stop. It switches off in the middle with Danny Cervance. He is now playing on the left outside linebacker position, but between the two, good quickness, and they showed it there on that play.
You know, we were worried earlier about a crowd tonight, folks, because of the rain, but it looks like we've got a good crowd tonight. A lot of people have decided they've got their coats on. It is a little cool outside, but an excellent night for football.
Beautiful night.
3rd down and 4 now. Johnson there with a handoff up the middle, and stacked up on the play is Kirk Thurman. He is, I think, just edge forward on second effort for the 1st down, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be close. They may have to have a measurement again on this play. Patrick Wilson, number 35, in on the tackle again for Permian. It'll be close. It'll be interesting to see if Jack Terrian, if they are short, if they go for it on 4th down. He's a gambling type of guy.
Sure.
He might just go for that. What do you say? It's early.
Sure, why not? I mean, you still got a long time on the clock. We are just 50 seconds away from the end of the 1st quarter, and measurement on the field. They are marking the ball at the 37, and yes, folks, it is enough. There you see the measurement. It is just enough for the 1st down, so the Rebels now will have excellent life.
And they are now 5 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Permian, on the other hand, is 1 for 2. But again, the Rebels hang on to the ball. They're eating up a lot of the clock here in the 1st quarter. It'll be interesting to see if they can cash it in before the end of the 1st quarter. 40 seconds and counting.
Could be some nerves on the part. Look at that play stacked up right there. Rodney Sims gets the carry, and he was just stacked up entirely by the front line, led by Danny Cervance. So he must not be too hurt.
No, he wants to get in there and stick. They aren't going to keep him out of this ball game. He knows the rivalry, as we mentioned in that pregame show. It is intense.
Rodney Sims, as I can see, is 2 carries on -2 yards, so he's been stacked up quite well by the Permian defense. I think Permian defense is a little bit excited. Maybe they'll settle down. This should be a good ball game. A few turnovers right off at the start. I think that kind of shows it. Here we go now. Here's the handoff, and up the middle, that is Rodney Sims, and he is stacked up. For correction on that, yeah, that is Rodney Sims. He gets about 3 yards there. We will call it 3rd down now. The clock is out. The 1st quarter is over. The 1st quarter is over. We have no score in the ball game between Permian and the Midland Lee Rebels. Again, live coverage tonight from Midland Memorial Stadium. We've got an injured player. While we are down and at the end of the quarter, we will take a break. We'll come back with more action live from Midland Memorial Stadium in just a few minutes.
Find the largest selection of Jordache basic denim jeans at Ladybug Fashions. Hundreds of Jordache jeans with the newest pockets for a low. Also, a big selection of the new fashion looks in Harem and stirrup pants, only $12.99. Many other fashion items on sale at Ladybug Fashions, 1541 Parkway, Old Town in Odessa.
Buying a house seemed like such but Freedom Homes made it easier than renting. Sure, Mom and Dad put a Freedom Home on their lot at the lake, but we hadn't thought about one for ourselves. Then we learned that Freedom had dozens of floor plans and models, with financing to fit our needs, too. And with savings on taxes, interest, and utilities, Freedom Homes really got us started.
Save thousands now on manufactured or mobile homes at any of Freedom's 4 convenient Permian Basin locations: Andrews, Monahans, Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring.
9.9% used car financing this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Bronco Chevrolet is offering 9.9% local bank financing on every 1983, 84, and 85 used car on their 2 Odessa lots. The rate is unbelievable. The savings up to thousands of dollars. Now, car buyers have this special chance to save with low financing rates that have never been available on used cars. Bronco used cars for years of dependability plus years of savings with 9.9% financing this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only at Bronco Chevrolet.
The Texas Commerce commitment to Midland begins with strength.
We can lend over $200 million to any one customer. I'm Ed Jones, President, Texas Commerce Bank, Midland. Texas Commerce has been in the energy lending business for over 40 years.
That's why they really understand energy.
and we can respond quickly to our customers' needs.
You see, it does make a difference where you bank.
Ed Jones and Texas Commerce Bank Midland, working for your success.
Getting and staying ahead is no easy game.
Last weekend, Gilbert Kinney, one of the biggest boosters of Midland League football, passed away. So this week, one of the things that we didn't get a chance to bring to you on the pregame, they have put a GK on their helmet in memory of this fine man. He supported them for so long, and we'll see if it'll bring them a little bit extra in this ball game. Back to you, Jay and Rob.
We'll hope to get an update on the situation between Rodney Sims there. Here we are. We are at 3rd and 7 now at the start of the second quarter. There's the pitch out up the middle. That's Kirk Thurman. He gets forward for maybe 3 yards, and he will be stacked up there by a whole host, but he's getting past that front line, Rob.
Yes, he is. Just to give you some quick first quarter stats, Midland Lee with 5 first downs on the first quarter, 48 yards, all rushing, 5 for 5 on the third down conversions, as we mentioned earlier. Meantime, on the other side, on the Panthers side, 3 first downs in that first quarter, 42 yards on total offense, all rushing. But again, the 1 turnover on each side, and the Panthers were 1 of 2 on third down conversions. Here we go, 4th and about 5. It will be interesting to see the call here by Jack Terrian on the Rebel side.
We are back with no score, and we are live at Midland Memorial Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rodney Johnson brings him up. Tackle from behind, excellent play, and super play on the defense there by the Permian Panthers. Luis Salcido was there and came in the backfield and stopped him.
And here, let's take a look at the replay. Salcido untouched, coming around the right side, and he sacks Johnson. Big play for the Panthers. That could be a motivator. They're getting the ball back. I don't know what the time control in the first quarter was, but the Rebels had the ball a long time, still did not score. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. Jay?
A lot of turnovers in the ball game as well. Permian at offense now, 1st and 10, 11-18 on the clock. Jason Harrington, the quarterback. Brian Lauterbach goes in motion. Looks like a pass play. Harrington is going to get sacked, though, and somebody missed a block there.
Number 84, Brad Cooper, in on the stop there for the Midland Lee Rebels. Excellent penetration. He has good quickness here. Let's take a look at that play again. 84, some shifting in the line by the Rebels. He comes around the outside. They double team number 32, but 84 comes around the left side and sacks Johnson, and we'll call it about a 13-yard loss. Thank you, Tim Chambers, our statistician up here in the booth tonight. Right on that play.
Mark Breeding was double teamed, and that allowed Cooper to get in. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 25. 10:42 on the clock. Lauterbach again in motion. Here's the play. It's a draw play. It's given up to Marcus Lott. He's still on his feet. Excellent. Look at that. He's going to be gone, I think. Almost, but someone left there. Just to tackle him on the play. And
number 38, Terry Young, came in on the stop. If he had not touched him, it would have been bye-bye city. There it is, the fake, the draw to Lott up the middle. They like to run the middle. Lott with excellent balance and speed, along with good power. And there you see a nice tackle there by number 38, Terry Young, a gain of 15 on the play, and that'll bring up about, well, they picked up 15 of that 13 and they lost, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
We're looking at 3rd and 9, says the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. Jason
we
Harrington
like Tim Chambers better, so we'll go with 3rd and 8.
Okay, we'll go with 3rd and 8 then. Jason Harrington up. Here's the handoff. He rolls out, looking to throw. He's looking for Greg Anderson over here. Decides to keep it. He throws it. Anderson makes the catch and is out of bounds. I would say Greg Anderson is definitely healthy. That's enough for a 1st down.
Beautiful pattern on that play. Again, they like to have that run-pass option when they do pass. Johnson, he had a whole bunch of room to run if he chose not to throw the ball. But again, Greg Anderson wide open on the right side. A quick hitch to the outside. Picked up about 12. Yes, 12. 1st and 10.
Jason Harrington had to keep an eye on the sideline or on the line of scrimmage and did an excellent job. Here we are, 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. 9:42 on the clock. Harrington keeps it again, rolls out right, looking across the throw, and just getting in the way there of a Brian Lauterbach catch. Lauterbach had his eyes on it, but it was just tipped away.
Anthony Pertile timed that one perfectly, stepped in front, and just about had an interception there. And it's interesting to note, Jay, that they're starting to throw the ball a little bit more. Apparently they're abandoning that ground game right now when they only got 42 yards in the first quarter, and they're starting to throw the ball, seeing if they can take advantage of that Rebel backfield.
I think they might be trying to mix up the plays, Rob, see if they can draw the defense off, because they have not been lucky at all on the field at all. 2nd down and 10 now for the Permian Panthers. They are on the 47-yard line. Triple backfield. Harrington goes back. He's going to keep it again, looking to throw. He's got Anderson open across the middle. He decides to keep it, and he goes nowhere, Rob. A loss of about 1 yard on that one.
Yes, he was buried. Excellent penetration by the Rebel front line, led by number 34. Check that middle linebacker. Tony Brown was blitzing along with Mark Breeding, the left side end, and they forced Johnson to eat the ball. Woody Bryant was wide open, swinging out of the backfield to the left. but he just didn't have enough time to throw the ball. As a result, a loss, and it's 3rd and long.
Greg Anderson was open across the crease, and I guess Harrington did not feel comfortable with throwing it. So we're at 3rd and 11 right now. 9 minutes elapsed on the clock, and they are now back at the 48-yard line. Harrington looking to throw again. He's going to try and air it up. He's getting chased back, though. Dishes out to Woody Bryant, and Bryant cannot find a handle at all, and that's going to be an incomplete pass.
They were trying to set up the screen. As you could see, the 3 front linemen of the Rebels had penetration, but that was part of the play. Here's the replay. We look at it. Woody Bryant hits, releases. Johnson throws. Woody Bryant heard some footsteps. The footsteps, number 44, Ronald Pertile, and that brings up 4th down.
Steve Hill back to punt for the Panthers. The southpaw will see if he can get a better punt off than last time. He gets a fairly good punt. It stays up in the air. It will go out of bounds right at about the 9-yard line, looks like, Rob.
Yes, it was a nice punt. A lot better than the last effort that he had. And the Rebels will take over 1st and 10 on about the, let's see where they mark it, 10-yard line.
10-yard line is where they're going to mark it, and the Rebels will have a 1st and 10. A 40-yard punt by Steve Hill on that one. The southpaw has had his share of good punts as well. We're going to take a break right now in the booth. We'll come back with more action in just a minute, all right? Stay with us.
Getting and staying ahead is no easy game. The competition's tough. Those other guys out there are also scrambling for the #1 spot. But you have options. You've got J.E. Borens. We're the true professionals in this season's clothing lineup. So when it's time to make the right move in this fast-paced world, J.E. Borens will help you with the right call. Dress for success in pinstripes, plaids, and solids. They're all on our roster. You'll score the winning points with suits from J.E. Borens.
Back to action live in Memorial Stadium. We did run one play. We're at 2nd and 5. Tommy Wood was the carry. He got about 5 yards. So we're at 2nd and 5 now. 8:14 on the clock. The Rebels deep in their own territory. There's a handoff. The pitch is trying to go. There's another fumble down there. A bad pitch by Rodney Johnson. Rodney was on his knees when he made the pitch. It looks like we're going to have a 1st down. Maybe for yeah, we are. 1st down for Permian.
Gary LeClaire on the recovery. Here's a look. The spin move by Johnson goes down the line. Quick pitch, left hand. Hey, the pitch wasn't too bad. Sims just didn't look it in. He was taken out of the play. The Panthers recover 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
Jerry LeClaire made an excellent play there in recovering the ball for the Panthers, and that's the first time they've really been in anywhere near a scoring possession. Jason Harrington brings them up. I see Greg Anderson right side, Brian Lauterbach left side, split backfield. That would be Woody Bryant and Marcus Lott. Here's the play. Maybe we'll see a pass. Handoff, though, up the middle. That's Woody Bryant, and he is stacked up there for no gain at all, folks, maybe a yard.
And in on the tackle there for Midland Lee, number 50 or 38, Terry Young. Check that with a couple of his friends to boot.
Well, the Panthers have been running up the middle, and they've been having some success. I would look for a pass maybe here. Greg Anderson, see if he's healthy.
He's got the quickness down close. Let's see if they run a quick slant or maybe an out pattern to the corner. Let's see. Depends on the protection.
2nd down and 11 now, and again, the same receiver split. This time Anderson split left. Lauterbach is on the right side. Handoff up the middle, Marcus Lott, and he gets nothing again. That defensive line is playing tough.
Again, they're trying to trap and counter inside, but nowhere on that move. The defensive line did not react, or reacted as they should. They didn't go for the fake. Ronald Pertile, again, he's been all over the place in the first 2 quarters, makes the stop, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Looks like Buddy Thompson just checked in for the Lee Rebels. We will check that and see, or correction on that. That would be Chris Kinney, so he's come into play some. 3rd and 11 now for the Panthers, 7:02 on the clock. On the 15-yard line of Lee, here's the rollout. Harrington keeping the ball. He is going to throw the ball, and it's intercepted. It is intercepted, and up the sidelines goes untouched. He is going to go all the way. Wait, there's Woody Bryant to make a saving catch.
Buddy Thompson, 46 or 45?
Correction, that is Chris Kinney. Chris Kinney makes the reception right on the 2-yard line.
Here comes the replay. Johnson is pressured, should not have unloaded that ball. I don't know if that was trying to pass the ball. And he was right there, Chris Kinney, number 45. And if it wasn't for Marcus Lott, he is gone for 6. And here comes the tackle. He returned that interception 53 yards. The Rebels are back in business. 2nd turnover of the night for the Permian Panthers. They got it 1st and 10 on the Permian 44-yard line.
Rob, we talk about that pass. Terrible pass. Jason Harrington had no reason to throw it. Should have just taken it down. They could have at least gone for a kickoff, possibly.
One
I was really
special time of the year when football, fireplace, popcorn, and pumpkin re-enter our vocabulary. Knorr presents Leather in Autumn. Excitingly new Drexel Heritage leather pieces specially priced for you and your home. Only for a limited time, as is the beauty of autumn. Extra value pricing delivers affordable elegance from Knorr.
Sewell Ford Used Cars and Trucks announces 9.9% APR financing on all 83, 84, and 85 model used vehicles in stock. Choose from over 80 quality used cars and trucks and take advantage of 9.9% APR. The sale ends Saturday, so hurry and make your selection. Choose from sporty cars to family cars and hard-working pickups to four-wheel drive Broncos. All at 9.9% APR today at Sewell Ford Used Cars and Trucks.
Don Nan Pump and Supply is one of the leading pump and supply companies of the Permian Basin. Being locally owned and operated makes Don Nan Pump and Supply a standout for its personal service and dependable supplies, servicing the Permian Basin for the last 24 years. The people at Don Nan Pump and Supply would like to take this opportunity to wish the Lehigh Rebels good luck to the new tradition. Don Nan Pump and Supply, Garden City Highway, Midland, Texas, 682-7742.
Back live at Midland Memorial Stadium, 6:47 on the clock just before the halftime, and we've got no score. Excellent ball game, as we've talked about all along. Both teams are continuing to struggle along. Some changes, we'll let you know about those. Here are the Lee Rebels now. They are 1st and 10 now. Handoff up the middle, and Kirk Thurman is just stacked up there after a gain of maybe a yard. Looks like may have got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd down and 10.
Number 62, Jerry LeClaire, in on the tackle there, but again, a good pressure by the Permian defensive front. They got to be fired up after those 2 turnovers by the offense again. Continue to reiterate, turnovers, field position, the key to in an even ball game such as this. 2 turnovers for the Panthers, 1 for the Rebels. Jay?
2nd down and 10 now. Johnson gives a handoff up the middle. That's Rodney Sims, and he is stacked up after a gain of about 2 yards. Defense doing an excellent job there, led by Troy Baker, number 82, and also Billy Jones, number 12.
But again, it's that the defensive backfield had to come up and make the stop. The front lines are neutralizing each other for both Midland and Permian.
Durian Jenkins has come in for the Rebels, replacing Kirk Thurman. We're looking at 3rd down and 6 now. 5:57 on the clock. Rodney Johnson hands off. He's going to keep it on the option. He keeps it to himself, and he is stacked up there after gaining just a little bit.
Billy Jones again on the tackle on the outside. Johnson with a good read. Couldn't quite pitch it outside to Thurman because there were a couple of defensive players there. 3rd down conversion, just to give you an idea, Midland 5 of 7 thus far. And 4th down conversions, they're 0 for 1, I think. Yes, they are. Tim Chambers, thank you again.
Durian Jenkins again came in and supplied an excellent block, but things just closed down too quick. Jerry LeClaire was one of those. Back to punt now for the Rebels is Terry Baxter. Baxter does the punting and place kicking as well as doing some receiving, and he will get the punt off at about the 48-yard line. Going down, excellent punt. It will carry. Greg Anderson calls fair catch, but it's going out of the end zone. We're calling a touchback there. About a 48-yard punt.
I'm surprised again. Neither team has been able to capitalize on the turnovers thus far. I kind of thought that the Midland Lee offense would be pumped after that long interception return. And we got a timeout on the field. We need to take a commercial break. We'll be back with more from Memorial Stadium right after this.
2.
I don't mind working hard, but I'll tell you how I feel. I work an honest day, and I want an honest deal.
Strike an honest deal during Safeway's National Brands Bonanza. Save on gold medal flour. Now a 5-pound bag is only 99 cents. Or save on Family Scott bath tissue. The 4-roll package is just 87 cents. Now at Safeway.
Back to action live at Midland Memorial Stadium. 1 play was ran. We're at 2nd and 8 now. Marcus Lott got the carry, and he got about 2 yards. So we are at 2nd and 8 now. 4:41 left on the clock to go before the halftime. Jason Harrington brings him up to play. Handoff will go to Lott. He will go around side. He's stacked up and definitely will be pulled back. Led on the defense there is Ronald Pertile as they just stacked him up. He got maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Excellent play again by Pertile. He's getting a lot of penetration from his right tackle slot for the Midland Lee Rebels. But again, the defense is dominating this game thus far. Each team not getting as far as they'd like.
Still no score in the ball game. Excellent football game. We hope you'll stay with us and enjoy it. We've got an excellent halftime in store for you. We will show both bands during the halftime and a lot more coming up. We'll have some interviews with the superintendents. We're at 3rd down and 5 now, and Harrington brings them up. We've got a triple backfield. Lauderback is one of those. There's the fake handoff. Harrington's looking to throw, looking downfield, and he will dish it off and just not making the smart play. He is running and trying to throw, not setting his feet, and that one went right to the feet of Greg Anderson.
And plenty of pressure there by number 78, Jay Roach, on the Rebels side, forcing him to throw that ball a little short of Greg Anderson. That'll bring up a 4th down.
I think Harrington's going to have to set back, relax, and throw the ball if he's hoping to look for any kind of passing at all. He's 1 for 5 now for just 12 yards, and he's had 1 interception already. Not too good of stats there for the Permian Panthers. Steve Hill back to punt now for Permian, and he is on his own 13-yard line, gets off a doozy of a punt, and there's a reception, and still on his feet and going down, finally being taken down, is number 12 for the Lee Rebels, and that would be Billy Wagner on the reception there for the Lee Rebels. So we're at 1st down and 10 now. The Rebels will have new life on their own 38-yard line. Excellent punt there.
41 yards to be exact. The ball turned over well, and the receiver had no room to run. Good coverage by the Panthers.
Okay, Rebels coming back up to the line, and here is Rodney Johnson. Johnson gives the pitch out. Kirk Thurman on the carry. He goes around right side, and he is stacked up. There's another fumble, but it is recovered. Rodney Sims makes the recovery just at the edge of the sideline. Danny Cervant's there close.
It'll be interesting to see where they mark that ball. If they mark it where he was originally taken down and saying the ball was dead, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Give him a pickup of about a yard. And the tackle there by number 82, Troy Baker.
Okay, Rob, coming up tonight, immediately following this game, stay tuned to Odessa Midland's Channel 9. We're going to join NBC in progress for the Major League Championship Series. Game 2 of the National League West, that's up next, so keep it here on the new 9. We'll keep you up to date. Also at halftime, Rick Wells will cut in with him. Here's a handoff again. Kurt Thurman gets this one, and he's wide open, almost like his brother there. Makes an excellent catch, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, he picked up about, let's call it 10 or 11 on that play. Another counter move by the Midland Rebels. Here's the replay. Spin move inside by the quarterback. Excellent move by Thurman. Plenty of running room. Popped on his head, but he picks up about 11 yards, 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
Darren Allman on the defense there as he comes out of his safety spot and does an excellent job. All right, we're at 1st and 10 now. Sims, the quarterback, he's got a split backfield as they run the wishbone back there. There's a handoff. He gives second man through. That's Kirk Thurman, and he is stacked up. Troy Baker makes an excellent play there, and there's a little bit of rough play down there as well.
Yes, there is. As we mentioned, a big intimidation factor between these two schools, and they like to hit not only when they're playing each other, but everybody else in the 4-5-8 district, and they are definitely dishing out some shots here tonight.
Kirk Thurman's had 3 carries for 9 yards. We're going to make an update on that, says Tim Chambers. We'll let you know what the new stats are. 2nd and 9 for the Lee Rebels. They are at the Permian 47-yard line. 2:12 left in the half. Rodney Johnson, hands off up the middle. That is number 20, Tommy Wood, and he gets about 4 yards, Rob, so we'll call it 3rd down and about 4.
Danny Cervant's again in on the tackle there, number 38. An excellent play by him.
Also Armando Alvarado, and that's a name we haven't called much, but he is an excellent key player, says Bucky Jones of Armando Alvarado, so we hope we hear a lot more from him. Excellent play. He's a 199-pound senior. So that would give the Lee Rebels a 3rd and 5. 3rd down conversions, they are 5 of 7. Be interesting to see what they run down here. Johnson decides to throw, looking across the middle trailer, and he was just well covered. There were 3 Permian defenders around there, led by, among others, Blake Batt, Danny Cervant as well. Take a look at the replay, Rob.
Okay, there's the fake inside. He's looking for the slant pattern across the middle. It was there, but good defense. Again, heard footsteps in the background, and he dropped the ball.
Troy Baker, I noticed, did get his left hook up and almost knocked it down. Troy Baker, an excellent player. He's at 232 pounds and plays some even at the tight end spot, so someone that size should do quite well. We are at 4th and 5 now. The Lee Rebels will indeed have to punt. And back to do the punting is number 27, Terry Baxter, and he is sitting on their own 42-yard line of the Lee Rebels. He gets off an excellent punt. Nice and high. Fair catch called downfield. Not much room down there. I would almost throw a flag. You got to give him some room down there, Rob, completely. And Greg Anderson makes the fair catch, but I don't know how.
That was close. That was close. They were really close. They have to give him about 3 yards or so, and could have been an intimidation there to force the fumble on that play.
We do have a flag on the field. Looks like it will be interference. There were 3 or 4, maybe 5 guys around him, and he just definitely did not have a chance to catch it. I don't know how he caught it. Take a look at the replay, Rob.
Okay, he calls for the fair catch, and as you can see, the defenders are right in his face. 3 of them right around there, 4 of them. And they probably got a piece of Anderson as a result. The penalty on the play, that's our first penalty of the ball game, surprisingly enough. And there is a timeout on the field by the Rebels.
And with that timeout, we're going to take a break up in the booth. We'll come back with more action. We hope you're enjoying it. Live coverage from Midland Memorial Stadium. Come back.
I don't mind working hard, gonna tell you how I feel. I work an honest day, and I want an honest deal.
Strike an honest deal during Safeway's National Brands Bonanza. Save on gold medal flour. Now a 5-pound bag is only 99 cents. Or save on Family Scott bath tissue. The 4-roll package is just 87 cents. Now at Safeway.
When you have one insurance agent, it can make your life a lot simpler. That's why so many people choose me, Houston Copeland, as their family insurance agent. State Farm has low-cost insurance for all the things you need insured. Your life, your health, your car, your home. So the next time you have any insurance need, just give me a call.
West Texas Off-Road Center, your car and pickup accessory supermarket, has moved to larger facilities at 915 West 42nd. Off-Road Center has a large selection of auto and half through 1-ton custom pickup wheels and tires. They also sell and install custom chrome bumpers, seats, grill guards, bug shields, headaches, and window louvers. With over 18 years experience in service and installation, the Off-Road Center can satisfy your needs professionally and promptly. So from bumper to tailgate, tire tread to the sunroof, the Off-Road Center has everything you'll need, or we'll get it.
If you're looking for an elegant atmosphere, an evening to remember, a simply fabulous meal prepared before your eyes by a master chef to delight and entertain you, Shogun Japanese Steakhouse. Service fit for a king or queen, Shogun's is the place for you for private and company functions, birthday, bridal, and wedding parties. Check your local newspaper for daily specials. We make your occasion a memorable one. Shogun, 2 convenient locations in the Colonnade at Polo Park, Midland, and Santa Fe Square, Odessa.
Just quickly, because action has resumed again, the Mojo kept it on the ground for such a long time, and they came out throwing. It's not something that the Mojo coaches picked up. They just felt that the Rebels were playing them too tight on defense. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Jeff. 2nd and 3rd now on the field. Harrington there with a handoff up the middle, and he gives it to Marcus Lott. Lott gets forward for enough for the first down. We were at 1st and 10 now. 44 seconds just left before the halftime. Again, let me tell you, stay tuned for an excellent halftime, as we're going to show you coverage of both bands. We'll have interviews with both superintendents of the schools, and we will take a cut in with Rick Wells. We'll get an update on the baseball game to see exactly how it's going for you.
Number 34, Tony Brown, in on the tackle on that last Rebel play, but Marcus Lott gets the first down.
Harrington now on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Lauterbach. Lauterbach still on his feet, carries forward for about a 7-yard gain there. Excellent play. They fold him back underneath, and he gets forward for about 7.
Chris Kenny came up to make the stop. Number 44 again, the defensive backfield, having to make a lot of... There's a look at the inside counter to Lauterbach. Breaks it outside, and an excellent carry there. As we mentioned, Chris Kenny, number 45, comes up to make the stop, but again, the defensive backfield is making a lot of tackles out there.
We cannot say enough about Brian Lauterbach. He just does not get the coverage, and he is a key person. That offense does not run without Brian Lauterbach, and I think a lot of respect needs to be due to that man. Got an injured player coming off, as you see, on the sideline, and that person is number 63, and was hit pretty hard. He will be coming off and will be hopefully not as serious. We'll check with Jeff C. on that. We'd like to remind you the Cosby Show, originally scheduled tonight at 7, will be seen in its entirety Friday night at 6:30 right here on Channel 9. Don't miss the Permian Basin's favorite comedy, The Cosby Show, tomorrow night 6:30 right here on Odessa Midland's Noon 9.
Fumble on the play, fumble. Jason Harrington, check that. New quarterback in
Albert
there,
Jordan.
Albert Jordan. And as a result, the fumble on the snap, that's usually the result when you have a new quarterback in there. Bad snap between the center and the quarterback. Brad Cooper, number 84, makes the recover for the Rebels as time runs out in the first half. We have no score between the Rebels and the Permian Panthers.
And Rob, excellent play there, you see. Okay, we're going to come back up here to the press box here in just a few moments. We're going to go to a commercial here in just a few seconds.